Well, 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 we're finally dressed for this weather. What a long story we have to tell going out the door. Over here. I can make a run for it. I don't even know where the elevator is. Do you have any idea where we are? Have you been following the saga? It's just unbelievable. All right, here's an elevator. Maybe I can tell you some of the story in the elevator. We woke up yesterday at Norman Island, and then we went to Peter Island, and then we went to No, we woke up on Norman Island, then we went to Peter Island, and then we took a water taxi to Tortola, and we had to do customs, and then we took a water taxi to St. John, then we took a water taxi to St. Thomas, and we ran into incredibly difficult customs and barely made the plane to Miami and Philadelphia, where our bags were not ready. And let's go out this door, where I think there's a door. All right. I had no idea where we were. We are out the door. And I'll give you a hint. On the way in last night, there was snow on the ground. There was a little low pressure system that went off the mid-Atlantic states. I'm going to go over here and continue and finish this. That's the backside of the Hampton Inn. Hampton Inn in Woodbridge, New Jersey. Hey, forsythia. You know, if you cut these forsythia and bring them in, you can get them to bloom despite this weather. TK, always looking for another door. Let me tell you how I love cemeteries. I'm going to try and be respectful and peaceful, but they're usually really pretty. So why don't we go up, excuse me, and do weather. A cold air advection continues in just about all of North America, except for maybe the Southwest and so far, well, yeah, even Florida. Yeah, the sounds of New Jersey. Really miss those sounds. Oh, thank you, Colleen family. Do you mind if I duck down here with all due respect and I'll do some weather? All right. The story is the weather. It's always the weather. And the birds and the clouds. These are cumulus clouds. This is cold air advection. And look at the national advisories, watches, and warnings. From coast to coast, winter storm warnings. New England, no warnings right now or advisories. It's just plain cold. And then north of the winter storm warning there in North Dakota, there is an extreme cold warning. In Minot this morning, it was about 20 degrees below zero, so any kind of breeze takes that down even further. And that's the coldest in the United States right now. But north of that, it's even colder. Here is the surface analysis, 12Z, Saturday, January 4. That's actually 7 a.m. today. The low that went through New England on New Year's Day, it turned north and then it turned west, and it has retrograded to James Bay, Canada, and it's strong, 982. And then just to its west, 1046 high pressure system. And that is an incredible pressure gradient. And underneath that high, it is 40 degrees below zero. And that high is going to be stalled and sending pieces of cold south. Our low to the north is going to only slowly start moving back toward the east. But it's a complicated situation, especially for New England. Let's check the summit of Mount Washington, where yesterday, the wind only gusted to 99 miles per hour after 142 miles per hour the previous day. And this morning, it gusted to 82 miles per hour at 9:30 this morning when it was about 9 degrees below zero. And so we are in the cold, but this isn't the coldest. I mean, this is low barometer cold for us, and it's not going to change that much. That means it's a lot colder up in the sky than down lower elevations. Boston, when we got in last night, this morning, I had to look at Boston. When did I look at that? At Miami. Boston got down to 32 degrees last night. It was the first freezing of 2025. We had a 6-day thaw in Boston. So much for TK old-fashioned winter. Yeah, sure, we're going to get the chill now, but the ground is bare. And so a lot of people don't like that, including yours truly. It'll be good for ice skating. Why don't I just show you that Shrewsbury 14-day? Again, I choose Shrewsbury not only because my friend Steve lives there and has our cam and our Tempest weather system, but because it's fairly representative for New England. Usually colder north, warmer south and east. And if there's a coastal storm, Shrewsbury would usually be on the snow side of the rain-snow line, but there's none of that. There's just those wind socks down there, those wind socks indicating windy, windy, windy. Temperatures in the 20s by day and the teens each night. It looks like we might get to freezing again in about 7 or 8 days, and then maybe way out there around January 16th, somewhere in there, there's a warmer wave coming our way, but it is not easy getting there. We have a lot of isobars, wind, air, moving from high to low pressure, and things are not going to change too much. And I checked the lift line at J Peak this morning. You're welcome. Administrators like the people, but we still couldn't get the tram or the flyer going. I don't even think the jet was going this morning, was it? I'm not sure. Anyhow, the wind is still pretty powerful. And I looked over at Stowe, where hopefully I'll be within a few days, one of these two areas. And then there's Rich Davidson with the wide snow shovel on his ice skates. That's the way to stay warm in this weather where it's about 0 degrees. And it's day 4 in a row of New England snow. And there is no end in sight for New England snow, even though there is no snow in sight for southern New England. So here we go with the NAM. I'm going to go big scale. Global Euro model, ECMWF, pivotalweather.com, and it is a coast-to-coast winter storm, a couple of them actually, and Jim Cantori in Kansas City, by the way, where obviously that's probably where some of the biggest snow and wind is going to be. So our low to the north is slowly easing, and the high to the west of that is just kind of sitting there, and then you have this strong storm coming right across Kentucky, Ohio, and to the south side, probably some severe weather, maybe another tornado outbreak, which I know there was a bad one last weekend I didn't talk too much about. And the northern edge of that snow comes right up to about where I am right this second in Woodbridge, New Jersey, and then that goes off. Now, as that goes by, our isobars do slacken a bit, so our wind may slacken a bit as this storm goes south of New England tomorrow and Monday into first thing Tuesday. But then that storm also is going to, it looks like, kind of stall and kind of lift north in the Atlantic Ocean, and we're going to tighten up the pressure gradient again, even though that storm's off the map. You can see all those black lines, all those isobars coming together over New England for the wind reloading and the chill reloading. Although right in there, the heavy burst of snow on Tuesday night, that's a backdoor warm front where it may actually turn a little warmer in far northern New England and more snow up at the top of the mountains in Vermont and New York and southeastern Canada, and that snow kind of backing in. And then there's another polar vortex late in the week. Look at that 504 coming right over us. 504 indicating Arctic cold, and that comes right sweeping through here. And then next weekend, a storm that's been really kind of a moving target, as if any of them are not, is going across north of the Gulf of Mexico. That's a lift north, and it looks like some of that snow may try and clip close to southern New England next Sunday into Monday, and now we're out 240 hours, which is 7 p.m. on Monday, January 13. And look at that, no isobars. The wind's going to let up, and the temperature is going to go up back to freezing or more. And that little low there in the Great Lakes, that's going to bring in another cold front sometime around the 14th and the 15th. And we have no more thaws in the forecast going forward through the middle of January. So in the cold respect, it is kind of turning back into an old-fashioned-ish winter. But the new fashion is that 8-day thaw we just had in Boston. And I'm looking at these clouds kind of whipping from left to right, and I do see some virga out there, way out there. Yes, amen that we made it here. What a long day yesterday. Now, the reason we were still booked to be on that sailboat this morning, but after we booked our trip, our family scheduled a wedding. So we're happy to be in New Jersey to watch Giovanna walk the aisle today down the of a church. And what a chore it was getting here yesterday. We had to hire a water taxi to get us through a couple of customs points, and it was going okay. I mean, this Scorpion, Neil was doing all he could there, going 40 miles an hour across the waters, and we were doing fine until we got to St. John, where you had to go through customs to get back into the United States Virgin Islands. And that being an hour late with that water taxi, all the day ferries were lined up in the harbor in front of us, and it took us literally 90 minutes to get through customs. And they want you at the airport 90 minutes before your flight, and we got there about 10 minutes before our flight. And it was fortunate that we even got on there, and didn't get the chance to change out of my shorts. And then you may have seen what happened. If you follow me on X, there's a lot more there. That in Philadelphia, we finally, the Miami plane was an hour late, so we get to Philadelphia in an hour late, and there was no one in baggage to send up our bags. So about 120 of us sitting there grumbling for about 80 to 90 minutes before they got our bags. And then the Uber driver came and he said, "You want to go where? That's 120 miles." We said, "Yeah." He said, "Okay." None too pleased about that. And coming into New Jersey, there was actually an inch or two of snow on the ground just south of here. And so that's what the storms are doing. They're moving south of here if you're in New England. Anyhow, thank you, McDonald family, for allowing me to hide from the wind behind you. So I don't know how much editing I can do. We got to get to the church on time very soon. And I'll leave you with some snippets from yesterday. It was a great trip, great new friends, and who knows what door we're going to be out tomorrow morning. Actually, could be the same one. But we are ultimately headed north, Lord willing. What is wind? Air. And it's not going to stop moving from high to low pressure. Talk to you in 24 hours. Lord willing. Lorena, Barbato, beautiful. And for the record, I was just going in, and just had to be solemn in here because of where I am. And I just want to let you know that it is currently snowing in Woodbridge, New Jersey. Oh, Pop, Sipos. All right, and more from yesterday. And now the sun is over the hill, and it's exit Privateer's Cove. See you later, neighbors. And we're headed for Peter Island. Got wind. It is fresh. Beaufort scale, probably about a 3 right here. And we're going to tuck it in at Little Harbor. How's the wind going to be over there?
Dead, flat, and calm.
Let's see if there's any room for us.
Oh, there is.
There's a big boy there. A couple of them. All the best people are here. What's this vessel we're passing on our port?
Lagoon 77 catamaran.
Do you know where we can get one of those?
Trade winds.
Trade winds. That's next year's boat. Not even 10 o'clock in the morning, we're pulling in, and this is going to be an interesting maneuver because we're going to end up looking like this. Trade winds, where the bow anchor is out and the stern line goes to the rocks, and somehow we got to turn it 180, and then Jordy is going to get in the water and tie our stern. So he's going to drop the anchor, jump in, and tie our stern. Let's see if I can turn this into a fast speed video. Good to know you, Jordy. We'll see ya. What's he got on his feet? Nothing. Around the whole rock. Thought maybe there was a eye hook or something. Nope. And you can see it's the thing to do here. Brilliant. Yeah, doing another rock too. Funny rocks. sister ship Breathe arrived earlier, and they're for breakfast here. I'm editing. I'm trying to figure out what everyone's looking at. Now I just realized we're joining boats. We got a flotilla going on over here. All right, it's a party. There's a lot going on around here, and I can't tell what it is. We get some acrobatics going on. I know he likes to get a workout on board. Oh! The man that does it all. Cooks, cleans, does the acrobatics. And he was just coming down from up there a second ago. Loving this geology. I think this is mostly volcanic, but that looks sedimentary, doesn't it? And it's been up thrust. So that layer right there used to be like that, and it was thrust up over, maybe plate tectonics. Time for the drone picture.
Oh, there it is.
We're gathering
Alright.
for the group shot.
Are they taking it from there? No? Do you...
We had them all together for like 10 seconds. And now we're waiting for a taxi. We're getting an airlift out of here. Success. Another successful flight. Thanks, Steve. That's awesome. There are the group shots coming off of the neighboring trade winds on this side. And then we get our trade winds on this side. And now we're getting our new subscribers to out the door where they're in more with the drone footage. And then we get the neighbors over on the other side. And we're waiting for a cab. And there's Cameron from Texas, we made friends with. And where's Judy? Judy right there? Judy. And where's our taxi cab? Now quarterbacking. Dirty. St. Lucia. It's high. It's out to left field and it's incoming. Boom. You got a good arm, man. Is that the mating call of the trade winds?
Yep, exactly. That's how we conceived. Through that mating ritual, which was
would
right
have
there.
certainly won a contest at the...
There's our cab. It's 750 horsepower. What's your name?
Neil.
Leo. Tim and Janet.
Neil.
Neil.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Neil.
All right. You guys good?
We're good. Janet, if you want to stay dry, get in the back.
You guys good?
Good.
You ready?
Yep. USA, yay. BBI, Customs with a Breeze. Here, just about 120 people in line, rough estimate. 3:52 p.m. update. We're about, I don't know, 200th in line to get through customs right now. Sleeping on the floor at an airport somewhere, by the looks of things. Pretty close to 2 hours to get through customs. Pretty certain that we're not making our flight, which means we're missing a wedding, which means a lot of tears. Miracle of miracles. We're on board. We have a rain shower over there in the sunset. Even St. John, 6 p.m. Wow, Miami looks pretty. Grateful to be here. We got a long way to go though to get to New Jersey. When we left, it was all about Christmas. Now it seems so long ago. 2:30 a.m. Plane landed over an hour ago. Just no one to work at American Airlines to unload the bags. So we all just sit here, freezing in the middle of the night. The lady down the end, all she can say is, well, we're short-staffed.
Similar issue on B. So I just cleared them and I'm going over to CTS. So I'm trying to help.
I know, but you don't need to come. We should be the one on top of you because
Not me, not me, no, not me. If you want to be on top of me, don't be on top of them, not
I
me.
know, but you should be on our side too.
I am on your side, that is
But
why
you're not acting as if you're on our side. You have to come and say, okay.
3:01 a.m. Nearly 2 hours since we landed. .30 a.m. Not the BVI anymore. I'm not dressed for this. Thank you so much. It's Saturday, but we haven't really gone to bed on our Friday yet. When's breakfast?